So, am I audible? শোনা যাচ্ছে তো আমাকে?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
In the previous classes, we have had such an introduction to Verilog, how it came into the existence and what are the different advancements in integrated circuit technology, all that aspects, and why we have gone for such a programming language for defining a hardware. So that sort of things were actually discussed in the last class. I hope all of you have installed Xilinx, Verilog, or VSDL in your laptop or your computer. So maybe we could go some of the representations of how to actually represent the digital circuits in Verilog. When using CAD tools to synthesize a logic circuit, the designer can provide the initial description of the circuit in several different ways. So there are several ways how you can represent the description of the circuit. And one efficient way to write this description is in the form of Verilog source code. The Verilog compiler translates this source code into the logic circuit. Okay. Now, Verilog allows the designer to represent the circuits in two fundamentally different ways. We will go through that in a couple of minutes. So today's class is regarding the representation of digital circuits in Verilog. So one possibility is to use the Verilog constructs that represent simple circuit elements such as logic gates or transistors. A large circuit is a comparatively larger circuit is defined by writing code that connects such elements together. So we have to write a Verilog code where the elements are interconnected in such a way that it produces a viable output. And this particular type of representation is known as the structural representation of logic circuits. So obviously the first one is the structural representation. Verilog includes a set of gate level primitives that correspond to commonly used logic gates. So colloquially speaking, in this structural representation of logic circuits, we will use the simple logic gates to represent each functionality. Right? A gate is represented. Now, how to represent a single gate? A gate is represented by including or indicating its functional name. Like if we are multiplying two numbers, two binary numbers, then we will write AND, which indicates multiplication. If we do logical addition, then OR. So these are the keywords for structural specification of the logic circuits. So the first one is, what is the purpose by which, what is the purpose of your circuit? So that denotes the functional name. And within the parenthesis, we used to write the input signals and the output signals. Now, for example, for a two-input AND gate, how to write a two-input AND gate? In such construct, that is the substructural representation of the logic circuit. So, while writing the functionality of a two-input AND gate, we will write what? AND, which is basically the keyword for multiplication. We will give a parenthesis here, within which the input signals and the output signals will be specified. So the first thing to specify is the output from this particular function, that is AND. Suppose this is your AND gate, and X1 and X2 are the two inputs, and Y is the output. So what we will write in structural representation of AND gate, that is nothing but Y, comma, X1, comma, X2. Is this clear? Now, if we increase the number of inputs, so within the parentheses, the number of elements will increase likewise. But for a single output, we will have a single output element which should be placed in the, that is, which should be placed at the first place of the parenthesis, within the parenthesis, that is the output. So first, we will write this notation likewise like this. So this is the output, and these are the inputs. If we write a 4-input OR gate, suppose we want to represent a 4-input OR gate. So how will represent that one? If this if it has a single output Y and its 4 inputs are X1, X2, X3, and X4, then we will write OR, which indicates logical addition. Similarly, we'll write the output signal first, which is Y, comma. Next is the set of inputs, which are X1, comma, X2, comma, X3, and X4. In the similar manner, the keywords NAND and NOR are used to define the NAND functionality and the NOR functionality respectively. In the same way, similarly, in case of NOT gate, so if this is case number A, this is case number B. Similarly, for a NOT gate, since it has a single output, it has a single input only, so we will write NOT Y, comma, X. Which is nothing but X bar. Now, by constructing or cascading these gate level primitives and cascading their functionalities, we can specify larger circuits also. Now, how to define a logic circuit? Like we are able to now specify the single simple gates with the help of structural representation using Verilog. Now, how to represent a logic circuit with this structural description? A logic circuit is specified in the form of a module that contains the statements that define the circuit. So obviously, the module must have the inputs and the outputs, which are referred to as its ports. So let us take an example of a logic circuit and how to represent it with the help of the structural representation. So let us do that. So let us take an example of a simple logic function, which is consisting of say the inputs are x1 and x2 to the AND gate. Then here we have a NOT gate connected, which is again going to the input of another AND gate. And say its another input is x3. Now the outputs of these two AND gates goes to an OR gate. And the primary output function is if. So how to write this logic circuit, or if we can represent it in terms of logic function, then what we are expecting? Basically, we are expecting x1 dot x2 plus x2 bar x3 So first we will write the module name. So the first thing is to do is that a logic circuit is to be specified in the form of a module that contains the statements to define the circuit. So we will first try to write that module, and we will give a particular name to this module. Say we have given so we are writing the structural construct for this module. So first we'll give a name of this module. So module is the keyword, and say module function. Say function 1. What function we are going to implement, we don't know, but it's a function. It is implementing some function. Say function 1. Say this is f1. So function 1. So within the parenthesis, we will first write the number input signals and the output signals. So what are the input signals? x1, x2, x3. And what is the output signal, which is f? Say f1. f1 is the output signal. So this module have 3 inputs and 1 output, which is referred to as its ports. So this module has 4 ports, 3 are the input ports, and 1 is the output port. I am audible, no? আমাকে শোনা যাচ্ছে তো?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So basically, in the function name, we are defining in terms of its ports. The name port is a commonly used term that refers to its input and output connections to an electronic circuit. So these are basically the external connections. That means the circuit to which it is connected to the outer world. So the port name particularly specifies the input and the output connections. So this particular function f1 is a 4-port signal. 4-port means it has 3 input ports and there is only 1 output port. So it is a 4-port signal. Now we will try to write the structural construct from this description. So in the next corresponding 2 statements, we will try to declare specifically or in a specific manner the input ports and the output ports. Till now, we actually don't know which are the output ports and the input ports. In the next 2 sentences, we are precisely telling which are the input ports and which one is the output port. So we will write the term input. Input And the input signals are X1, X2, X3. And the next is obviously the output. So you know what are the functionalities that are from which you will give the inputs and from where you are probably accept the output from. But now the Verilog tries to understand in the form of these two keywords, that is input and output, to specify as an user you want to specify which are the input ports. That is, there are three input ports in this function, that is X1, X2, and X3, and the output port is there is one output port which is from F1. Now the actual structure of the circuit is specified in the next four statements. So the first one is, let us try to define the intermediate functions like this. Say this is G and this is say, because you have to put this variable to some else, you have to store these variables to some else, because you have a third gate which is connected at the this gate. So you have a second level of gate from which it is getting its inputs from the previous stage. So this is nothing but H. Say the output from this inverter is say K. So how we will now define the rest of the four statements. So first one is first AND gate 1. Say this is AND gate 1 and this is AND gate 2. So not to confuse with that. So first one is AND. For AND 1, output is G. So we will try to write in that pattern from output side to the input side. The output of AND 1 is G. And the inputs are X1, X2. Next is the AND gate 2, which is having its inputs from an inverter. So we need to store that somewhere else. For that, we are writing not K, which is the output of the inverter, and its input is K2, which is basically implementing K is equal to X2 bar. Okay. Next, the third AND gate, which is AND 2 basically, which is having an inputs from an inverter. So its output is H, and its two corresponding inputs are K and X3. Now we are having left with the final stage from we are collecting the previous outputs. So the last one is nothing but an OR gate. So the output of OR gate is the final output of the primary output, which is F1, G, H. These are the inputs and this is the output. So the outputs of the AND gates are combined in the OR gate to form the required function or the final function. This module will now end with we have started with a module, and we will, as we have written all the logic in this particular structural statement, all the required logic, all the required functions, we can write it over here. So we will end this module using the end module keyword or end module statement. So you need to end all the statements with a semicolon here. Now, instead, you can have a shorter option for this program, you can actually you can actually avoid this statement and directly write it from AND statement to this one as H x2 bar like that and x3 comma x3. Okay, so you don't need to write this particular statement. If you can write x2 is and invert a symbol over, put it over there, comma is you can actually reduce the length of the code. You have a tilde character on your keyboard. You must have seen this sign on your keyboard. So to denote complementation, you will use that one. A tilde type of character is written on your keyboard that you must that you should enter during complement to actually denote the complementation. So for now, 3 or more thumb rules while writing this structural representation of the Verilog code is that the one must start with a letter and it contain any letter or number plus the underscore and the dollar characters. Note that Verilog is case sensitive. No, if you write function 1 here, small f, and if in the next call, if you are giving a capital of F here, you cannot, Verilog is not that smart enough to find this one. So it is actually very case sensitive. You have to keep in mind that, place all the case sensitivities, keep in your mind. Verilog syntax does not enforce a particular style of code. That means you don't need to write line-wise alternate sentences. That means you can have this and get and parenthesis g x1 comma x2, and you can write the not function here also. Only to look it better way and to represent it in a better way, we are writing these functions in consecutive sentences. So you can, if you have given a semicolon here, then obviously Verilog will understand that the next statement which you are going to write, you can place it over here, and the Verilog will understand the rest of the things. Okay, so you can write the not beside the and also, but given this parenthesis, given this semicolon here. So this particular syntax does not enforce a particular style. So multiple statements can appear on a single line. You can represent multiple lines using a single line. So clear. White space characters such as space and tab and blank lines need to be ignored. To note that space, tab, blank lines are to be ignored. But a matter of fact is that the code should be written in such a way that it is easy to read. I have written this code in such a manner by viewing it at a glance, you can actually understand what your circuit is destined to do. So try to write in a very convenient manner. Indentation and blank lines can be used to make separate parts of the code easily recognizable. You can introduce comments in your code, like you can write comments like this in your code as you are writing in MATLAB or C, like that. You can introduce comments so that one just by seeing these will able to understand what is your code doing in this particular statement. So you can write some. So this is particular inversion. This particular line is logic inversion. So you can write the comments like this here also. Now I'm just giving an example of it, and you try to actually implement that in your Verilog code. and see what are the things that are happening here. আমি একটা লজিক সার্কিট আঁকছি, যেটা এবার তোমরা চেষ্টা করো স্ট্রাকচারাল রিপ্রেজেন্টেশন দিয়ে ইমপ্লিমেন্ট করার। আর তোমরা প্রত্যেকে জাইলিংসটা খুলে ওপেন করে রেখেছো তো? আচ্ছা, এখানে একটা অর গেট আছে ধরে নাও, সবই এন্ড হয়ে যাচ্ছে। দিস ইজ দ্য অর গেট। Try to implement this circuit using structural representation of logic circuit. জাইলিংস ওপেন করছো? সবাই কি ঘুমিয়ে পড়েছো নাকি?
মোবাইলে করছি,
মোবাইলে
চালিয়ে মানে ক্লাসটা করছি, অত ম্যাম নেট নেই।
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা, শান্তন, শান্তন তুমি কি রয়েছো?
Yes, ma'am.
আচ্ছা, তাহলে আমার
Yes, ma'am.
এই ল্যাপটপটায় আমার জাইলিংস ইনস্টল করা নেই। তুমি
আচ্ছা।
জাস্ট একটা কোড কিভাবে, ধরে নাও তুমি একটা ছোট কোনো ফুল অ্যাডারের ছোট কোনো সার্কিট জাস্ট ওখানে মডিউল নেম দিয়ে সেভ করা থেকে, মানে তুমি এটা ক্রিয়েট করেছো, সেইখান থেকে ওদেরকে একটা রান করে দেখিয়ে দাও, যেখান থেকে ওরা আউটপুট সিগন্যালটা দেখতে পাবে। তুমি একটু মানে ওদেরকে করতে পারবে তো? ওই আমি তাহলে অফ করে দিচ্ছি আমার প্রেজেন্টেশন।
হ্যাঁ ম্যাম, হ্যাঁ।
হ্যাঁ, ওটা শুরু থেকে একবার শেষ অবধি তুমি ওদেরকে দেখিয়ে দাও, নইলে এটা আর কি বোঝা যাক, মানে ওদের হয়তো নিউ কামার হিসাবে অসুবিধে হবে। ঠিক আছে, তুমি তাহলে আমি প্রেজেন্টেশন অফ করছি, তুমি চালু করো তাহলে।
ওকে ম্যাম।
এটা সবার আঁকা হয়ে গেছে তো? ওকে। জাইলিংসটা একেবারে ওপেন করা থেকে, তুমি ওপেন করছো জাইলিংস সফটওয়্যারটা, সেইখান থেকে দেখাবে। বাবা, তোমার ম্যাথ ল্যাব চলবে কি করে সায়ন্তন? তুমি যা করে রেখেছো।
হ্যাঁ ম্যাম, আমার সি ড্রাইভটা পুরো ব্লক হয়ে গেছে, একদিন পরিষ্কার করতে হবে সব। এমনি ভিভারোটা টাইম লাগে একটু খুলতে। আহ, সবাই দেখতে পাচ্ছে?
আসতে পারছি।
So first, what we'll do is we'll create a project. Okay. Click on create project. Next. ম্যাম, আমি ওদের অ্যাডার দেখিয়ে দেবো, ফুল অ্যাডার বা হাফ অ্যাডার? ম্যাম, okay, so we'll give a project name here. Location. Next, RTL project. Okay. Next. Okay, so here we have to, we can either add any file or we can create a file. The Verilog file, we can add any existing Verilog file which we have, or we can create our own file by writing the code. I think I have a full header or a half header file, so I'm adding a file first. Okay, so okay, we will. ম্যাম, হ্যালো ম্যাম।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ,
ম্যাম,
বলো।
আমি ওদের অ্যাডারটা দেখিয়ে দিচ্ছি, দেখিয়ে
হ্যাঁ
দিচ্ছি।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, শুধু আধারটা খুলে ওদেরকে স্ট্রাকচার, তুমি কি স্ট্রাকচার ডেসক্রিপশনে করেছো?
না, অ্যাকচুয়ালি বিহেভিয়ারটা আছে, স্ট্রাকচারাল তো ইস্যু নয়, স্ট্রাকচারাল দেখিয়ে দেবো। আমি ওদেরকে রান করাটা দেখাচ্ছি
আচ্ছা
জাস্ট।
ঠিক আছে, রান করাটা দেখিয়ে দাও, তাহলে ওরা স্ট্রাকচার রেখাটা কোনো ব্যাপার না।
হ্যাঁ,
শুধু
ওকে, সো
দেখিয়ে দিলে হবে, ঠিক আছে, ওরা বিহেভিয়ার করে দিতে পারবে, অসুবিধা, স্ট্রাকচার করে দিতে পারবে।
ওকে, সো we're f- adding a file like this. So half adder, full adder.
সায়ন্তন, তবে ওরা কিন্তু মানে নতুন ফাইল ক্রিয়েট করাটা শিখলো না,
আচ্ছা,
বুঝলে?
তাহলে আমি নতুন ফাইল করা দেখিয়ে দিচ্ছি।
হ্যাঁ,
ওকে,
নতুন ফাইলটা কি করে? হ্যাঁ,
no problem.
ওইখানে
I'm
হ্যাঁ,
showing
হ্যাঁ,
you how to.
হুম,
Okay, the file type is Verilog. The file name is adder, which is also your module name. Will Okay. So we will do next. Okay. So this is constraints. So when you're using a FPGA, we have to we provide certain constraints file when you're running the program on an FPGA. We don't need it now, so I can skip this. Okay, so we can select any FPGA. Uh, Here we can specify the inputs, or we can specify it in our code also. So let us specify here, no problem. Uh, for a full adder, what inputs do we have? We have three inputs, right? A, B, and carry input. So we will take input uh, bus. We can specify MSB as 3, MLSB as 0, right? We can also specify it in our code instead of. So our Verilog file is added here in design sources. So we can click this adder.p. It will open. Okay. So we have this module adder.
তোমার এই
Okay.
ভিভাডো স্যুটটা অনেকটা আলাদা কিন্তু আমার এই আইএসসি ডিজাইন
ISC থেকে
থেকে। হ্যাঁ, আমার
হ্যাঁ
সব
একটু
নতুন নতুন
আলাদা।
লাগে,
আইএসসি টা
একটু
আমি
আলাদা
উড়িয়ে
আছে।
দিয়েছি, আমার কাজে লাগে না বলে।
হুম, তাহলে ওদেরকেও ভিভাডো ইনস্টল করতে বলো।
ম্যাক্সিমাম সেম, মানে সিমুলেশন পার্টটা, মানে কোড লেখাটা এন্ড সিমুলেশনটা অলমোস্ট সেম, মানে তারপর থেকে একটু আলাদা আর কি।
হ্যাঁ, এই যেমন অপশনস গুলো বেশ অনেকটা আলাদা আর কি।
হ্যাঁ,
যাই হোক, ঠিক আছে, তুমি কন্টিনিউ করো।
হ্যাঁ।
ওটা ওদেরকে তাহলে ভিভাডোটা ইনস্টল করতে বলা হবে, অসুবিধা নেই।
You can install anything. Actually, ISC is a discontinued version for older FPGAs. So
ও, ওটা, হ্যাঁ, হুম,
basically old মানে পুরনো FPGA ইউজ করলে ওটা ISC টা ইউজ করতে হয়। Anyways,
হুম।
so we are specifying the inputs and output here. Okay, so in module we have to specify the input and output. So suppose our output is let us specify our output. What is our output? Output is sum. Okay. We can explicitly write output, or we can simply write sum comma the output at the beginning and input at the. Okay, so another is carry output, that is right, C out. Okay, and input what we have, A, B, and uh, let us don't mention this explicitly, we're writing sum C out, and our inputs are A, B, and C input. Okay, then let us mention our input and output ports here. So what are our input ports? Input, there are three inputs, so we can take a three input bus. Okay, 30. Uh, let us two input bus will do. A, B, and C input. Sorry. Output. So for behavioral modeling, we have to always specify the output as register. Uh, okay. So we have specified register. The output is sum and C out. Okay. So sum is one. Another is C out.
সায়ন্তন তুমি লিখছো যখন স্ট্রাকচার মডেলেই লেখো।
স্ট্রাকচারাল মডেলিং এ লিখবো। ঠিক আছে তাহলে।
হ্যাঁ পরপর তো সমস্যা নেই।
হ্যাঁ এটাতেও হয়ে যেত।
তুমি কোনো-
স্ট্রাকচারালটা আমি দেখিয়ে দিতে পারি, এটা দেখিয়ে দিই। নাকি স্ট্রাকচারালটাই দেখো ম্যাম?
হ্যাঁ তুমি ওটা তো, এটা তো সেভই আছে তোমার, এটা তুমি রান করে দেখিয়ে দেবে। তুমি স্ট্রাকচারটা লিখে দাও, সেটাই তো ভালো। তুমি লিখছোই যখন, তাহলে স্ট্রাকচারালি লেখো, যেহেতু আজকের পড়লে বলে ওদের রিলেট করতে সুবিধে হবে।
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা ওকে শিওর। So in structural modeling, we have to specify the inputs and output here, and then the rest between all the inputs and output, we have the wires. Okay. So for structural modeling, first what we need is the structure, the design uh, of our circuit. So for AND gate, what we have? For sorry. So for an adder, what we have? We have XOR gates, and I think two AND gate, one OR gate. Okay, a XOR gate for implementing the sum, and AND gates for implementing the carry. So, um, so we'll do that. We remove these things. Okay, so our module, let it be module adder only. Okay, so specify. There is one. Uh, Let me draw the structure. One second. I'm drawing the diagram. You people have the diagram in front of you, the full adder diagram. Uh, if you don't have, you will not be able to notice which are the wires and which are the input and output ports. Okay, so we have to define. I think we need three wires here. Okay, so let us take three wires W1, W2, and W3. Then we have a uh, then we have a XOR gate. Okay, so XOR gate takes the three inputs. Okay, and gives our output. Okay, so we'll take a XOR gate. So we have to when we actually these are inbuilt primitive gates, so we can any take a name XOR1 suppose, or XOR gate. We can take any name of the primitive. Then first we have our output, sorry, XOR of we have A, B, and C in. Okay, so then our sum is complete. Sum is XOR of this, and this. Then what we have is, then we have our carry output. Carry out, what is carry output? Carry output is A into B plus B into C input plus C input into A, right? So let's specify an AND. Actually, I have to show you the diagram anyhow, the wires and the outputs. You can visualize the full adder in terms of wires and what are the outputs and inputs are there. Just a second. Everybody can see this diagram.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so here this has been implemented using, okay, let us implement using two input OR gates and two input AND gate. So so first we are XORing A and B. This is a wire A1. Okay, this is a wire A2, A2 or W2, anyone. This is a wire W3, and these are also wires. Okay, these are also wires. Anything in between are the wires, and this is the output terminal, this is the output terminal, and these are the input terminal. So we have one wire, two wire, three wire, Okay. uh 4 wire, 5 wire, 6 wire, 6 wires, right? Right. Okay. So 6 wires. So we needed actually four. So the structure is implemented. We have for sum and we have for C out. Both the outputs have been implemented. C out is AB plus BC, BC in plus A into C in. So first we to the end of A and B, then B and C input, then A and C input, then we odd. Okay, and then for the sum, we took first XOR of A and B, then with A and B, we took C and input, and all the connections in between are specified as wires W1, W2, W3, and W4. So now our code is complete. Okay, so now we have to add a test bench to it. Okay, to sim to actually visualize our simulation. Ma'am, test bench টা ma'am. Hello ma'am.
হ্যাঁ, টেস্ট বেঞ্চটা দিয়ে দাও তুমি।
হ্যাঁ,
And,
ওদেরকে কি টেস্ট বেঞ্চটা দেখাবো কি করে লিখতে হয়?
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ একদম, টেস্ট বেঞ্চ না হলে তোরা আউটপুট দেখবে কিভাবে? টেস্ট
ওকে ম্যাম,
বেঞ্চটা দিয়ে দাও একদম একদম।
ওকে ম্যাম।
Test bench are basically the inputs given to a circuit under certain conditions. What are the expected output? Given some inputs, what are the probable outputs? এটাই হচ্ছে test bench. You have to test the circuit whether you have given the proper configuration or proper functionalities into it. To test that, you use test bench. You are giving inputs to a circuit and to check whether the outputs are coming right or not. Based on that, Xilinx will say that yes, you have your design right. Okay, so this is the purpose of test bench.
Okay, so this portion is clear. You have to in structural modeling, you have to actually see the diagram, what all connections are there, A, B, and all the connections, and we have to just put all those connections in a in get primitives and all the modules which we have. We have to just connect our circuit in structural modeling, nothing else. So and now we will put a test bench. Okay, so verify our
স্যার বলছি,
design.
হ্যালো স্যার।
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
স্যার বলছি জ্বর 1, জ্বর 2 and 1 এগুলো না দিলেও হবে তো স্যার?
Mm, uh, actually, it will work. Actually, it will work even if you don't give, because these are the basic primitive gates. So even if you don't mention ZOR 1, ZOR 2, ZOR 3, it will work. Actually, it is better if you mention the names, because when you mention the names, so if you want that ZOR gate uh, connected to another, suppose there is another input or another input in the circuit, you have to connect, so you can use this ZOR1 to connect. So if you only mention ZOR, you have to again mention ZOR there, so you cannot use this same thing. So to avoid repeated usage, it is better to specify names in the circuit. You can also remove this, it will work. Okay, so full adder, we don't need names because it is small circuit. So we are saving this. So to add test benches, you can click this design sources, then you can right click, then you can click on add sources, then add or create simulation sources. Okay, so we'll simulate the circuit, so we are adding simulate. Don't click on design sources, click on simulation sources. Next, so our module name was adder, so we can create any design sources, or we can add any, sorry, simulation sources similar to the Verilog file. So for the file name, okay, so let us write test bench adder. Okay, finish. Now we can scroll here in simulation sources. Say we have the file tb adder. Okay, so you open this file. Now to create our test bench, first what we do is that similar there is a module tb adder. Okay, so we can specify the inputs here. I will explain you. Okay, so how to write, why I'm writing all this. Don't worry.
হ্যাঁ, এই ডট এক্সটেনশন গুলো কি মিন করছে এটা একটু বলে দাও। এটা মিন করছে যেটা আগের প্রোগ্রামের সঙ্গে কিন্তু লিঙ্কড। While writing test bench, you have to write the notation .a1. এর মানে correspondingly সবকটা ইনপুট আর আউটপুট সিগন্যালস।
First, I'm specifying the inputs are register. Register actually stores the value. Okay, and wires, continuously change the value. Yeah, so we have to use a register here because register will store the inputs A, B, C, and based on these inputs, we can continuously see our outputs in sum and C out. Okay, so here we have instantiated the adder. Okay, instantiated the adder, and these are the arguments we have provided. So it has three inputs and two outputs. So we can give same names. So we can give basically I've given different names so that we can differentiate. These are basically the parameters of the full adder. So A1, B1, C1, C input one, sum one, and C out one. Okay. So then uh, in actually test bench we have to use behavioral type modeling. So uh, what I will do is I will give some input a bit stream. So only once. So if we provide any input only once, okay, so we use this initial command. Begin. You will understand this when you do behavioral modeling, initial and all this. So, oh no, sorry, I mistakenly closed that. Okay, I have to write this one second. So the first round of input we're giving, suppose let us give a equal to 0, b equal to let us say 1, and carry input is equal to let us say 0. Then let us provide a delay of 5, okay, 5. So we have taken different combinations of A, B, and C input, and let us let us take only this 4. There is an error. Just an incorrect context module. Oh, sorry. There's no error. Let us save this. Okay. Right click. Run simulation. Run behavioral simulation. So there is some error. Let us see the waveforms. There is a small mistake somewhere. So for A1, B0, 1, B0, and C1, after 10 nanosecond, we'll have some. Okay, just a second. There is an error. Just a second, I'm checking the code once.
আচ্ছা এগুলো বোধহয় A1 B1 হবে।
হ্যাঁ A1 কোনগুলো ম্যাম?
এই যে A1 B1 C1 এই যেগুলো টেস্ট বেঞ্চের ভ্যালু দিয়েছো।
না ম্যাম এবি হবে।
কারণ তুমি এখন যে নতুন ভ্যারিয়েবল দিয়েছো সেটা তো A1 B1
আচ্ছা হ্যাঁ
তাই না? হুম। হ্যাঁ ওটা কি হলো?
তাড়াতাড়ি এটাই চেঞ্জ করে দিই, মানে
ওকে ওকে
আলাদা আলাদা পোর্ট
হ্যাঁ ওইটাই চেঞ্জ করে দাও নালে। ঠিক আছে।
হ্যাঁ
এই তো
নাও আই থিংক ইট ইজ কারেক্ট।
অ্যাকচুয়ালি এগুলো হচ্ছে টেস্ট বেঞ্চের ইনপুট দিচ্ছ তুমি, বাট ইউ হ্যাভ টু লিঙ্ক ইট উইথ ইউর অরিজিনাল প্রোগ্রাম যেটা তুমি ভেরিলগ কোডটা ওখানে লিখেছো। ঠিক আছে, সো ইউ হ্যাভ টু লিঙ্ক, সো ডট মিনস এক্সটেনশন যেটা এখন নতুন ভ্যারিয়েবল তৈরি করেছো। তাহলে এবার দেখো ইনপুট গুলো অনুযায়ী আউটপুট আসছে কিনা।
Yeah, C A equal to 1, B equal to 0, C equal to 1, so sum will be 0 and C
ক্যারি
out
1,
will be 1.
সো
Zoom this.
হ্যাঁ একটু জুম করে দাও।
See.
এই জায়গাটা একটু জুম করে দাও, হ্যাঁ ওখানে ডবল ক্লিক করো তাহলেই হবে, হ্যাঁ ব্যাস।
Because actually
না একটুখানি ডবল ক্লিক করো ওখানটায়। হ্যাঁ কার্ভের ওই পোর্শনটাতেই ডবল ক্লিকটা করো। হ্যাঁ
ভিভাডোতে ডবল ক্লিক হয় না, এটাকে সিলেক্ট করতে হবে। এরকম হবে।
না এটা তুমি পেছনে নাও, বোঝা যাবে, পেছনে নাও।
এক সেকেন্ড ম্যাম।
হ্যাঁ এবার বোঝা যাচ্ছে, একদম একদম। তুমি শুধু এইটাকে হ্যাঁ এইটাকে হ্যাঁ করো।
See, now it is coming all right. Everything is coming all right. Okay. Now it is all right.
101 output is 0 and 1, sum is 0, C out is 1। ঠিক আছে, এবার ওগুলোকে স্ক্রিনশট করে সেভ করতে পারো। এগুলো সেভ করে কিন্তু রেজাল্ট যখন আমাকে যখন ল্যাব রিপোর্টটা দেবে তখন ভেরিলগ
A equal to 1, B equal to 0, then it is coming all right.
আর টেস্ট বেঞ্চের কোড অ্যান্ড আউটপুট সিগন্যাল ইন দিস ফর্ম এটা ল্যাব রিপোর্টে সাবমিট করতে হবে।
Actually, you all do 4-bit adder. 2 বিটটা তো করে দিলাম।
হ্যাঁ
4 বিটটা
4 বিট অ্যাডার
সেম
করতে পারো।
4 bit adder.
অ্যাডার
Do one thing, 4 bit adder.
4 বিট ফুল অ্যাডার, আর আমি আগের দিন যে আগে সার্কিটটা যেটা এঁকেছি ওইটা, সেইটার এই দুটো সার্কিট along with the Verilog codes, test bench and output waveform। এখান থেকে আরো আরো অপশনস গুলো দেখানো যায়, যে কতটা হার্ডওয়্যার লাগলো সেগুলো ওদেরকে একটু দেখি, অবশ্য ওগুলো ওরা নিজেরা
No, no
এক্সপ্লোর করে।
problem. ওটা দেখিয়ে নিচ্ছি আমি। এক
হ্যাঁ
মিনিট।
ওটা একটু দেখিয়ে দাও।
So after simulation, we can
You you can know how much of the hardware, that means the total hardware that is consumed in this device.
now you can see. Okay, so we can do another thing. We can open.
Elaborated design। এখানের অপশনস গুলো আইএসসি থেকে অনেকটাই আলাদা, পুরো ফরম্যাটটা আলাদা টাইপের।
After simulation, we proceed to synthesis. Okay, in synthesis, actually, our circuit is given in register transfer level model. Here we will observe in gate model. After synthesis, we can determine, we can actually predict what of our design on that FPGA we have selected earlier first. So on that FPGA, what will be our area and power and everything. And finally, what we do is we generate this bitstream file. After synthesis, we again check our design. If it is all right, after checking, we generate this bitstream file. Then we open this hardware manager. Then we dump this bitstream file onto the FPGA, and we observe the output on our FPGA.
হ্যাঁ মানে এইগুলো কিন্তু আইএসসি তে নেই, জেনারেট বিট স্ট্রিম, ওপেন
Yes, yes.
হার্ডওয়্যার।
We have to use different software for that. We have to.
হ্যাঁ ভিভাডোটা তাহলে ওদেরকে একটু ইনস্টল করতে বলে দিতে পারো, আই থিঙ্ক ওরা ইনস্টল করে দিতে পারবে।
Yeah, actually, in Vivado, you can implement the full simulation only for FPGA. So we can implement the full FPGA flow in this simple single software. A, B, XOR. This is C input. So sum is all right. Okay. Then A dot B going into OR. Okay. So there is an extra OR gate here because we have implemented the circuit is being implemented by two input gates. Okay. So to compensate all the three inputs, they they have used two OR gates. See, the design is all right. Anybody can reply if the design is all right.
মানে স্যার ঠিক।
Okay. Yeah, the design is right or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We have used one gate even in our code. See, because they have only two input gates, so they have actually added another OR gate. Okay, to implement AB plus BC plus C. Maybe, yeah. Okay, and the sum. Okay, so after this, we proceed to now there are various other steps. Okay, so okay, you don't have to understand all this now. So there is an now next we move to synthesis. In synthesis, what happens is that we convert this gate level circuit into a RTL register transfer level circuit. Okay, so what is a register transfer level circuit? So it shows how the data is flowing from register to register. There will be several input and output.
সায়ন্তন প্রেজেন্টেশনটা হঠাৎ বন্ধ হয়ে গেছে।
So anybody has any doubts?
regarding the circuit.
সবাই কি খেয়ে দিয়ে ঘুমিয়ে পড়েছো নাকি?
না না স্যার ঠিক আছে।
Okay, the code where we are using register, wires, everything.
Acha, so just a few guidelines before you write the lab report of it, and you have to submit it in probably in the next week when our classes will be actually we'll be having in each Thursday probably, and during every Thursday you have to submit your previous day's lab work, that is today's lab work, that the assignments which are given to you. The two assignments, one is that of a full bit full adder and another is that I have drawn in the diagram itself using the structural representation of Verilog. So in those two things, what you have to write the Verilog code, then the test bench waveform code. Third is the output after you generate those test benches. So these three things you need to specify in your lab sheets. So experiment 1, that is the full adder circuit, 4-bit full adder, and second experiment is that of the circuit given to you. So these two things are your assignments and you have to submit that in the next week only. And I have already mentioned your names according to groups, whatever the groups are being allotted to you, one from each group. And one will write from each of these groups, and in every such consecutive day weeks, you have to submit by choosing a second partner from your group members. So if your group is consisting of 4 members, then in first week we'll write 1 member. In the second week, second member will write. In the third week, third member will write. And in the fourth week, fourth member will write again. In the fifth week, the first member will write again. So like this process will continue, and you have to submit according to that. One lab sheet from each group. One lab sheet from each group, following the nature that is described to you. So I think that is enough for today. You go on practicing.
I haven't been added into the classroom. I haven't been added in the classroom.
Okay, you send your email ID, then I add it in your classroom.
Ma'am, I will send the email ID here.
In my email ID you can send, or either you can send it in the chat box also. I'll just
Sending it in the chat.
okay. So I think these things are clear to you. Next day we will start how to represent a Verilog code using behavioral simulation. So that part will be covered in the next lecture. So before that, you submit these portions, and we will continue in the next classes.
Ma'am, I have sent.
Okay.